Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Gadigal people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Wednesday, June 14. In Squiz Kids Today, Star Wars planet system discovered. Netherlands' very fishy doorbell. Nuggets win their first NBA championship and Squizzy sniffs out a fake. That's what's making news, kids style.
The lowdown.
Hands up if you've ever seen any of the Star Wars movies. I can't see you, but I'm guessing there's a bunch of hands up right now. Now keep your hand up if you remember the planet of Tatooine, where Luke Skywalker comes from. A planet in whose sky at sunset you can see not one, but two suns. Well, that's what astronomers announced yesterday they had found, thanks to some excellent telescopic sleuthing work into outer space. Sleuthing is a fancy word for detective work. The new solar system they have found is a bunch of planets in orbit around two suns. The system, which they've named Bebop 1c, is what's called, in space geek speak, a multi-planetary circumbinary system. Multi-planetary meaning more than one planet, and circum coming from the Latin for around, with binary referring to the two suns. So, beyond being exciting for Star Wars fans that a solar system has been found that looks something like the movies, what's the significance of this discovery? According to reports, it gives astronomers new insights into the way that planets form. But are there any Tusken Raiders, Banthas, or Jawa up there? That's the real question. Okay, I'll get back in my Star Wars nerd box.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in the Netherlands, where a virtual doorbell has been set up to help fish migrate. What the what? So here's the thing. Each year, lots of fish travel up a river in the Netherlands on their way to breeding grounds upstream. But this one particular river has a lot of locks in it. A lock, when we're talking about rivers, is a system of gates that open and close to let boats pass. Problem is, when the locks are closed, fish can't get through. So, webcams have been placed underwater at the gates, and whenever a fish or a school of them is detected, it sets off a little alarm that tells the lock operator to open the gates and let the fish through. A virtual doorbell, no less. How clever is that? I've stuck a link in today's episode notes to a video explaining how locks work. They're a super cool piece of engineering technology.
Sport time!
There were fireworks and dancing in the streets, celebrations across the whole state of Colorado, and scenes of wild jubilation inside Ball Arena yesterday, as the Denver Nuggets beat the Miami Heat to become the 2023 NBA champions. In a closely fought game of basketball, the Nuggets managed 94 points to the Heat's 89, winning their fourth game in a 7-game playoff series, and in the process, winning their first championship in 47 years. Nuggets All-Star Nikola Jokic won MVP, or Most Valuable Player, for the final series, scoring 28 points for his team in this game alone. The Nuggets have never won an NBA championship, so celebrations in the city of Denver, which sits high atop the Rocky Mountain Range, were expected to go long into the night. Even the Empire State Building in New York City, thousands of miles away, was lit up in the Nuggets' colours of blue and gold. So, why is the team called the Denver Nuggets? Because Colorado was the scene of a very famous gold rush back in the 1800s, where thousands of people flocked to the state to try to find a gold nugget. With the NBA trophy now safely in their hands, you could say the Denver Nuggets basketball team mined a little bit of their very own special sporting gold yesterday. Go Nuggets!
Newshounds!
Every Wednesday, Squizzy the Newshound sticks his snout into Squiz Kids HQ to report back on what fishy things he's sniffed out this week on the internet. And today, Squizzy's nose is twitching overtime after having stumbled upon a bunch of AI images and deep fake videos. So, what are they? AI images are photos online that are not real. They're images that have been photoshopped or created using artificial intelligence. Christy has made a bunch of excellent examples in today's Classroom Companions. And deep fake videos are videos that are also fake. They might show someone saying something they never said, or something happening that never happened. And the technology these days is so good that it's hard to tell that they are fake. Dangerous stuff. Lots of companies, including Google, are working to develop tools now to help us check to see if an image is real or fake. But while we wait for those tools to become available, we have to practice being really careful newshounds, sniffing out fakes by doing as Squizzy always says, and that's to stop, think, and check before believing everything we see, read, or hear on the internet. There's an excellent classroom activity in our Newshounds Media Literacy Program, freely available to all schools via the Squiz Kids website. Because every Aussie kid needs to learn to be a newshound.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. In which country has a virtual doorbell been set up to help fish swimming through locks? Yeah, that's right, it's the Netherlands. Question number 2. How many suns are there in the multi-planetary circumbinary system? Yeah, well done if you said 2. Question number 3. Name the basketball team that won this year's NBA championship. Yeah, that's right, it's the Denver Nuggets.
Shout outs.
It's June 14. Today is International Bath Day. A great day for a long soak in a bath filled with bubbles. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Harrison from Brisbane, Holly from Newrybar, Max from Orange, Catherine from Springvale, Caleb from West Pennant Hills, Diane from Oran Park, Zara from Kurralta Park, Will from Lavington, Alvin from Wagga Wagga, Aubrey from Blakehurst, Zara from Adelaide, Madeline from Albion Park, Tio from Pichelbar, and Marley from Warnervale. And a belated birthday shout out goes to Grace from Cambridge Gardens. Classroom shout-outs today go to Class 6K and Mrs. Kelman at Cherry Brook Public School, Class 4 Yellow and Mr. Saar at St Luke's Catholic Primary School in Revesby, Class Magenta and Mr. Farquhar at Killarney Vale Public School, Class LA10 and Mrs. Joyce at Atwell Primary School, Class 3-4 Magenta and Mrs. Burnett at Ashmont Public School, and finally to Class 1S and Mrs. Stanton at Ryde East Public School. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or if you're after a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.